it is the day where hopefully, all fingers are crossed, that we are going to be going on to Hyperia. And honestly, it is going to be so exciting. If you're new around here, big hello from me. My name's Sam and I post lots of Disney, theatre, travel and lifestyle content. If you like that kind of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe button. But I come to Thorpe Park probably last month. It was Hyperia's opening weekend and the ride failed to open, and I've done a whole vlog on it, so go and check that one out. It was a day of disappointment for sure, but today I think it's going to be open. It's been doing quite well recently, so I've got all fingers crossed. So we're going to go over, we've got fast tracks to use, so yeah, I want to go over there and get on it as early as we can. But let's go and head into Thorpe Park for Hyperia, and I can't wait to give you my full review of it later. And there it is, standing 236 foot high. It makes the tour seem so tiny, but honestly I can't wait to get onto it today. I haven't seen it testing yet, but hopefully we'll see it testing soon. Thor is testing now. And the running begins already. Off to Hyperia. Here's my first look of it going down the first drop. And it's absolutely mad. It just turned 10:03. And this is what our queue's looking like at the minute. A lot of it's just walking through the queue, but there's a lot of people trying to skip the queue as well at the minute, pushing in, so it's not very well organised if I'm being honest. But yeah, I'll let you know how long it takes for us to get on. I'll put some off-road videos on. It just feels like it's been such a long wait to finally get on here, and I think we were having all the technical problems and teething issues at the beginning. It was, you know, it was a lot, but I think now the fact that we're actually going to get on today, I can't wait, and hopefully multiple times as well, I'm hoping. Here's the first peep of the day. It's such a great atmosphere. The main entrance, absolutely love it, it's huge. The Hyperia entrance, you've got ride access pass and step 3 access over there, fast track and then main entrance. I have to say the operations are meant to be really, really good on here. I mean, actually the splashdown element is working. It wasn't working for quite a while, but it's actually working again, which I can't wait to see that go off. And the current queue is 60 minutes. Say the queue is now advertised as 150 minutes. We've only been in the queue for 21 minutes and we really aren't even that far now. Like, we've literally just got to go down there. So honestly, the operations are some of the best that I've ever seen from Thorpe Park. The trains are getting sent out literally every minute. Like, it is so quick the way they're sending out the trains. So super impressed with the operations here at Thorpe Park, especially for Hyperia.
Every time I ask myself why
station. That was literally insane. I honestly loved it. I'll share my full review in a minute. We're just in the Hyperia shop now, so I'm going to go and show you some of the things that they have here, some of the merchandise, which is really nice. I've seen a lot of people wearing it actually. So they've got this Hyperia sweatshirt. They haven't got a price on it actually, but again, that looks really, really nice. Find your fearless Hyperia. And this here actually looks very lounge-fly, this Hyperia bag. Very, very small, but really nice. It does look, yeah, very much like a lounge-fly style. And then the Hyperia pin badge is £8.
So many good.
And then they've also got this mug, which looks so nice. I like that. It's actually like properly on the mug too. It isn't just like printed on, so that would actually last. I love that. And this here is what I showed you in the last vlog. I absolutely love it with Hyperia on the front, and then the back has this nice design here. But they only seem to have it in extra large still, which doesn't fit me. So I'm gonna have to keep looking for this. I have to say, that was truly everything. Like, that was easily a 10 out of 10 ride. I loved every single second being on there. I feel like I've got to give you a full review later, but I was back row, which for my first ride being on back row was incredible. The air time on there, like literally, I think I spent more time with my bum out of my seat than on the seat. The elements, it just seems so much bigger when you're on there than when you're off the ride. Like, obviously it looks huge and it's massive, but actually when you're on the ride, going through the transitions, it just seemed to be huge. I'm so grateful that we have this, especially at my like home park. The fact that I can be here in like an hour and 15 minutes means a lot to me, and I can make use of my own learning pass and get on Hyperia a lot more times. We've got a fast track ticket we still need to use, so I'm going to go back onto it again. And the queue only took us an hour, when it was advertised as 2 hours, so not bad at all. But yeah, easily best ride here at Thorpe Park. I love my first ride on Hyperia. Okay, I am back from my day at Thorpe Park, and if you can't tell, it was a very, very hot day. I've got kind of like a bit of a tan or burn, or I'm not even sure what it is, but yep, back from Thorpe Park, and I thought I'd give you my full review of Hyperia now that I'm home. I've had time to sleep on it. I've been on it twice throughout the day, once in the main queue, once using the fast track queue, and yeah, I'll give you my full review. But I'm going to first off start by talking about that queue. And at the minute, you can't really appreciate, I don't think, Fearless Valley as an area, because there's just people. Like, there is people everywhere when you go there. We went obviously like when it first opened, which was very crowded, and then we went later on as well. But I just think there's so much going on. There's so many people in the queue. You can't really quite appreciate the area. However, in terms of the queue, it is an okay queue. There's no real theming around. You have like the odd sign going around, that kind of thing. But other than that, it is just kind of like a big cattle pen queue. I did like the bit where actually you kind of like go round, you like a little like turnaround section, which is right near the like maintenance shed, just before. You get really good views of the ride from there. But other than that, it is just the cattle pen queue, quite crowded, quite cramped. I don't quite appreciate the placement of the like refreshment like shop thing that's in the middle of the queue, like the queue line shop. What I find with it is that it really holds people. Like, when people are waiting for such a long time, especially in that hot weather, it's just a bit annoying that people have to like, you keep stopping, and then like you have all the rest of the queue which is kind of clear because you're waiting for that. I think it's really annoying. It's a really annoying placement. But yeah, the queue is okay. It's very cattle pen. It's very like claustrophobic in some way. It's quite narrow, and I found that like a lot of it, you've got the like safety nets above you, which obviously I understand why they're there. I fully get why they're there. It makes sense. Health and safety is like the biggest thing at these parks. However, I just find that you do feel quite enclosed in some parts of the queue, especially when you're getting closer to the station. But I have to say, it was really, really quick operations. When we was in the fast track queue, obviously it was really, really quick. We was on the ride within like 10 minutes. It was so quick. And then the main queue, early on in the morning, we literally flew through that queue. We didn't really stop. We just kept moving throughout. And if we did stop, it was like stop for like 20 seconds and then it would move again, like quite a big distance. So considering it's not a great capacity ride, they really were getting them trains sent through, especially early on in the day. When we was in the fast track queue, the trains were kind of like stacking a little bit. So before, there was no stacking, you were straight into the station. Whereas the second time in the fast track queue, you did have to go and like wait for like 10 seconds before it moved back into the station. So just think about that as well, the time of day. But the operators were on it, and it's a great team, that Hyperia team. Now let's go and talk about that ride experience. Honestly, it blew me away. Like, I knew it was going to be a great ride. I'd heard such great reviews. It's easily one of my top coasters in the UK. I don't think it's quite the top. I think just because for me, you know, a good roller coaster needs to have that theming and good storytelling, that good like storyline. Hyperia doesn't have that. It's you know, it's a great coaster. It's very American, and I keep saying this, and I think some people don't really understand what I mean by it, but it's very American. It gives me very velocicoaster vibes, but obviously without that theming. The way that it just feels when you're on the train, it feels very velocicoaster. I can't explain it. When you go onto it, you'll get it. But the height is just breathtaking. The way it goes up that lift hill is incredible. It's so fast. And actually, the actual ride just feels so much bigger when you're on it. It's like a beast. It's a beast of a coaster. And honestly, it is just amazing. It's fully breathtaking. Every single one of them elements, the hang time that you get on there, the air time. I just seriously love every single element of that ride, and it's great. I think it was a perfect duration as well. Some people say to me that like, oh, it looks really short. And yes, I guess it doesn't really do much in terms of the layout of the ride. However, for me, it was the perfect amount of time. I thought I was going to kind of hit the brakes and be like, oh, you know, I wish it was longer, but I didn't feel that both times that I've done it. I think it's a perfect length of ride. So yeah, honestly, I love Hyperia so much. But yeah, Hyperia is one that you just have to do. It is such a great ride. And I know obviously it's a brand new ride at the moment. It's going to be one that, you know, is going to have a very special place in my heart because it's so new. We've never had something like this before. However, I think it's the perfect investment for Thorpe Park. It is really making the park so great. It's attracting the right audiences, I think, as well. I just love what Thorpe Park have done. And even riding the other Thorpe Park coasters yesterday, it made me realise just how smooth Hyperia is in comparison to anything else we've got here in the UK. Like even the Swarm, I used to think that was smooth. It's nowhere near as smooth as Hyperia is. So I just, yeah, love every single thing about that ride. So definitely go and get yourself down to Thorpe Park so you can go and find your fearless yourself. But yeah, I'm gonna go and end this vlog here. So a big thank you for watching. If you liked it, make sure you're subscribing, make sure you're liking, and make sure you are commenting down below if you're going to go and visit Thorpe Park soon. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys real soon. Bye guys.